Lord Maitreya is not the Antichrist. Now, how do I know this, and why did I even ask that question? A few days ago, I was in my prayer time, well, quietly just about to go to sleep, and this being of light appeared in my spirit vision and said he had some messages for humanity. And I said, well, who are you? And he said, I am Lord Maitreya. I may not be saying that exactly right. He's telling me there are different pronunciations. Just call me. So I asked him to prove himself. Number one, are you in line with the Christ consciousness? Yes. Number two, are you in support of the divine feminine? Yes. And number three, is what you have to say valuable to humanity? Is it something they need, or is it just a bunch of fluff? And he responded, I am here to teach, to bring forth the lost teachings of the Holy Spirit. He said, a lot of people, most people think of the Holy Spirit as just this sweet little dove and do not know that the Holy Spirit is a powerful force and able to transform or annihilate evil. They get the chance. He said it's necessary for you to teach some techniques, Rebecca, that will help people purify their hearts in order to learn the rest of these techniques and to be a powerhouse in this coming age. I'm going to talk all about the message in another video, but since I had not really known who he was, first I did take down the very first message, which I'll share in another video, because it felt good. You know, beloveds, you have to trust your heart. You have to trust that God gave you everything you need inside of your heart, and not be so afraid that you're going to be led astray that you don't listen to your own heart. So I looked him up and I saw this article that said, Lord Maitreya, the Antichrist. I'm like, the Antichrist? Wow, what would he be talking about Holy Spirit for? So, you know what? I'm just going to share something. A lot of light beings come to me and ask me to bring a message. And often, after I bring the message, after I prove them and prove them within my heart, I find stuff on the internet that says they're evil and dark. And it reminds me of the witch hunts back in the Salem days, and even before, like the Inquisition, like anything you don't understand, let's call it the devil. So trust your heart, trust your heart. But I did say, oh, I better just ask him, because people are going to want to know. So I'm going to read because we had a written conversation. Well, I was writing down what he said. Why? Because I want to tell you. So I said, Lord Maitreya, forgive me if I worry about that old Antichrist thing. Truth, are you the Antichrist? And he responds, no. The Antichrist would not be allowed to approach you, sister of the light. That made me feel good. And then he says, Christ himself was hated and maligned by his own religion, rejected by them and not believed in. So maybe you're in good company if people are saying evil things about you. Christ himself, think about it. They killed him. So I often say, if Christ showed up in the streets today, the fundamentals would probably kill him. So here we go. In defense of Jesus, of course. Anything that causes you to hate or fear, beloveds, Is that of the light? Okay, let me finish. Okay. Now, zealots are willing to kill or hate any being who seeks to bring more light if it is not in the way they were expecting. Many Christians are waiting for and believe only in a big trumpet blast from the sky, Christ appearing and taking away only the ones who believe in him. If you're a Buddhist or something else, you're just screwed. Maitreya didn't say that, I did. So, all the bad people are going to be left behind to be tortured by evil beasts. That is not him saying that. That is what people think. That is actually how I was brought up. So, this is what breaks my heart. He continues, there are those who actually delight in the thought of people being left behind to be tortured. Self-righteousness. Would the Christ that you know in your heart cause this to be? Look to your own heart for the answers, not to those in authority. Did not Christ teach that you have direct access to the divine? Was not one of that the main things he came here to say? There are many places in the Christian Bible where truth has been twisted. Consider the holy scriptures of other religions. They don't have 20 or 30 different translations of the Quran and of the Bhagavad Gita. I didn't say that right. So you can mess up and still be a servant of the Most High. You must trust in your hearts, my beloved ones. The inner sanctuary of your heart holds your truth. I come, this is him, you can tell. I come to prepare the way for the realization that the Christ consciousness is already here. When you are in fear, be still and let your heart speak to you. Any authority figure who seeks to place fear and shame upon you are misguided. For I come not with the spirit of fear, but of peace and of love and a sound mind. Having a sound mind, not oppressed by fear, is your birthright. That's what the divine desires for you. One reason, this is him speaking, I am bringing forward the lost teachings of Holy Spirit is to cleanse you of all fear. Fear is not of God, the light source. I am Lord Maitreya, and I am here to teach the Christ consciousness and bring forward the knowledge of the power of Holy Spirit. Bring forth teachings that have been lost or misaligned and turn those who desire it into prayer warriors. In other words, knowing how to pray, knowing what to pray for, and having more power in your own life. And here's the thing that Lord Maitreya says to me over and over, and I will be giving an in-depth teaching on this. It is so necessary for you to invite Holy Spirit into your heart, to cleanse it, to purify it, to open the eyes of your heart. Because when you have access to this power that you will have access to, it is so important that your heart is pure. The Holy Spirit cannot be used for you to get even. It cannot be used in any kind of manner of hatred. Say you hate the political figure. You cannot use the Holy Spirit to have your way with them. You do not know their soul plan. So, purifying your heart, purifying your heart, purifying your heart. And I've already been given several techniques that are over the moon with the way they imbue you with power. You can increase your intuition 400%. I'm going to make a separate video about that and give you a technique that you can use right now, right where you are. Don't need to wait till you're feeling holy. Holy Spirit is holy. There is no being who would encourage you to reach out to Holy Spirit that is not of the light. Can you imagine a dark spirit saying, yeah, I'm trying to trick you. Reach out to Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit will reveal the truth. And that's it. If you'd like to know more about what's coming up, subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell so you will get a notice when I'm uploading another video. I'll also put a link in the description below that lets you know when my next advanced Holy Spirit session is. It'll be a Zoom class that will begin the teachings of the lost teachings of Holy Spirit. I'm Rebecca, and you know what? You're so loved. You're so loved. I'll see you again real soon.